106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Welcome to the Goddamn Podcast with Drew and TJ. Let's get this goddamn thing started.
All right, well let's try and get this goddamn show started, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. Like to open with a fun one. How about here's a fun one. It's somebody's response to some craziness, but it's still highly entertaining.
Imagine if you were going out for a sophisticated night at the theatre and you were confronted by this. That's right, they're back again. It's the sirens, which according to Greek mythology were beautiful women who would lure sailors to shipwreck with the majesty of their enchanting voices. This feminist tour de force, directed by a man, was described by one feminist reviewer as a true testimony of what it is to be a woman via snapshots of everyday sexism.
What the fuck?
I think I'm lost. I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
For real, there's no way that like these can make sense even in context. I'm trying to think of a context in which any of this would make sense, and I'm at a loss.
Yeah. And why are they're reading from scripts? I mean, is this all they do? Like, they aren't even talking. So, like, why the hell are they reading from scripts?
Yeah, this is the part where we jerk off. That's what it says on the paper. She's like, oh yeah, tickle my balls. Note, do not forget to tickle balls. She's like, oh yeah, all right, tickle balls. And then slow jerk it. And, all right, chat's back, by the way. Yeehaw. All right, yeah. So let's continue this fun stuff.
Imagine what the people in the audience were thinking. No, actually, they were probably there to feign sophistication, you know, like those trendies who go to modern art galleries to ponder over the meaning of squiggly lines. There is no meaning, it's meaningless, just like this.
You want to try that with me, Drew? You gotta put your hands together like this, and then shake it back and forth and go.
Yeah, it's like someone said in the chat, it's the phantom cock.
Oh my god, that.
Yes.
What the actual fuck, man? What? How is that considered art in any fucking way? I'm dead serious. Like that to me, I saw, and this was like on a documentary, so I assumed that it was real, but it was an auction, and they were doing different pieces of art, and there was a white canvas with the word rat, R-A-T, stenciled on it 3 times, one above the other, you know, in big red letters, R-A-T, 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 and it sold for like $16,500.
Yeah.
That, like,
I don't know how this shit works.
Do people not know how stencils and spray paint works? They can't go buy a fucking canvas and do it themselves. I don't care if it's, you know, Michelangelo. If it just says rat 3 times, it's not fucking art. And it shouldn't be worth shit.
Yeah, and the people that consider that art have expanded the definition to a point where it no longer has any meaning.
Pretty
like
much
the
like
shit
this,
and like the remaining shit that didn't get flushed in the toilet is like art
this.
At this
what we're doing is considered art. Can you believe that?
Well, this
shit?
is art, TJ.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. We're like the Michelangelos of our time.
If only someone would donate, you know, $16,000 on Patreon.
Oh yeah, you know, then we could really
link in the chat.
We can totally take this show on the road. You know, we can do our own We'll do the same thing they're doing, but for real. We'll show you
Dutch rudder action. Phantom
yeah.
Dutch rudder? No, nothing phantom about it.
Yeah, for real Dutch rudder. Oh God, let's finish it. It gets funny.
But not according to the BBC and other esteemed critics who have labelled sirens.
An irreverent feminist manifesto for the 21st century.
And who am I with my white cisgender patriarchal privilege to pass judgment on such an obvious masterpiece? But in all seriousness, wouldn't it be terrible if people who considered this to be entertainment or art actually seized control of an art form? Oh, that's right, they already have, by subverting the video game industry, making crappy video games in the name of gender equality, and then calling it misogyny and hate when anyone raises a whimper of dissent. But you know how vampires recoil when you hold up a cross or a clove of garlic? Well, I think this final scene is supposed to represent how feminists react when confronted with logic and facts.
Okay, that was clever. That was good.
I don't know who that dude is. I probably should have paid attention, but that was a request, so it's not really my job to go do all that research. I got enough shit to do. But yeah, so
Well, have you seen like the last 2 seconds of this video?
is it important?
You're not gonna believe this.
Check out the other videos, subscribe to the
Was that it?
No, the last 2
channel.
seconds.
I'm Paul
Watch.
Joseph Watson for Infowars.com.
Yes. That's the kicker.
Damn. Hilarious. I just enjoyed an Infowars fucking video.
That's what I said when I saw the recommendation, bro. I was
There's
like,
the
no.
first time for everything. Oh my goodness. It still doesn't mean like I like Alex Jones. Although I would really like to see Alex Jones cover that art piece. That would be
all that piece was missing was a jiggle fit.
You could make your own Alex Jones art piece with just like the noises he makes. And everybody stands up there trying to imitate Alex Jones noises. Like cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. I'd watch that shit. I'd pay for a ticket. Why not?
Yeah, but that was something else. At the very end, you find out it's Infowars. I thought the same thing. I was like, no way. Yep.
All right. Well, Dev Shell's not here, but I'll play this instead. It's Michigan J Frog live. And don't tell me that this is animal cruelty, all right? Because this frog is so happy he's fucking dancing.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you lose me, then you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, tell the room and tell me I'm your own.
Oh, that's the kind of shit I would do when I was a kid, man.
Dude, all right, look, I'm a huge animal lover,
Yeah.
right? And so part of me was like, don't show that fucking video because people are going to think you're a cruel son of a bitch. But at the same time, it was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
The way that he hopped in the box. Here's one that won't offend as much, all right? Here's one that's definitely not going to offend everybody.
Hello, faggot lovers everywhere. I've a message for you from Birdseye. Birdseye faggots will appeal to your whole family. They've made them with lashings of gravy, but they've gone easy on the spice because kids don't like them too spicy, apparently. Birdseye even suggests that people who don't like faggots could enjoy these. They live in hope. You know, they could be right.
Faggots and gravy.
You know, I've never had a faggot myself, but they seem like they'd be quite enjoyable.
Look, like if I was given a choice, like, hey, you can have a faggot or you can have a faggot and gravy, I would definitely take the gravy. Why not? Can't go wrong.
I'll take a faggot and gravy.
Yeah, go light on the spice.
Yeah, they go light on the spice, so even people that don't like faggots will like them.
Yeah, your kids will love
You don't want 'em too
faggots.
spicy. Yeah.
Your kids will love these faggots because these faggots are not too spicy. So, at least we're moving in the right direction. That was less offensive than the previous video. We're doing
No faggots were heard in the making of this.
Hi, my name is Catherine Lord, and I want to welcome you to the wonderful world of puppies. In this video, we're going to help you understand what's involved in having a litter. By now, you should know your bitch is pregnant. Sometimes a bitch will come earlier, sometimes a few days later. Milk Aid helps aid the bitch. Watch your bitch. What is normal for your bitch? The delivery has begun. The bitch is into heavy labor. Comforting the bitch, you want to reassure your bitch if your bitch lets out a scream. We only usually allow the bitches to eat 1 or 2 of the afterbirths. Breeders always say, call your vet when the bitch has had contractions for a long time.
The bitch should be examined to make sure that all the nipples are okay. If a bitch vomits, the bitch may be in difficulty. Small bitch. The bitch.
just that out of context, like small bitch. Oh, sure.
I don't know how they could find people to like say all this with a straight face. I know it's clipped, but I mean, still, man, how can you do this with a straight face?
I mean, it is the technical term. It's like
I know, but it's still.
I know I have German relatives, and they call cats pussies. It's just, and to them, it's not like they're like, oh, look at that fat pussy. I'll sit there laughing and laughing. They're like, what the fuck is so funny?
Oh, that's great. Let's hear more about how we keep check on the bitches.
All right, someone could probably turn this into like a hip hop song really easy.
Bitch, the bitch, and the bitch, the bitch, the bitch, bitches. Every bitch should be checked for brucellosis.
Why is it
Every bitch should be checked.
important that a bitch not be overweight?
Overweight bitches, an overweight bitch, fat bitch, a bitch, and you.
Fat bitch.
That's what I'm saying, dude. There's no way I could keep a straight face. Man, this dude's like professional. Got his little name tag in his coat.
He's like the overweight bitch, the fat bitch. You know, you don't want no
Tell
fat
you one
bitch.
thing you don't want.
You don't want your bitch to be fat. Yeah.
Should exercise the bitch.
Approximately how long can a bitch
A
go?
lot depends on the bitch.
The bitch, the bitch.
The bitch, that bitch, the bitch, the bitch is just very, very nervous. Milk the bitch, calm the bitch down, and try to milk the bitch like a cow.
Try and milk the bitch.
That one was great.
Like a
That's
cow.
great.
Oh, all right. Now that we've had our fun, everyone's had their fun, their laughs. Now it's time to take the show downhill, unfortunately.
It had to happen, folks.
Sorry to announce. I don't even know where to start, man. I got so much this show.
I'll tell you what, dude. I saw about, and I had to work today, but I still saw about like a dozen things that I would have loved to have talked about. They like all hit today.
Well, here I've got one here. Talking about fat bitches.
Hey guys, what's up? Josh Fierstein here. Look, thanks to one of my previous posts, I got a lot of people asking me how I feel about marijuana and smoking pot. Is it wrong? Is it okay? Well, of course, a lot of the pro-pot activists are using arguments like, dude, don't you understand, man? Like, you know, God made the earth and marijuana's an herb, so we should be able to smoke it, man, because God made it. Well, only problem with that argument is that God also made poison ivy, but I don't see you trying to roll around in it.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure, did God mean for like fermentation and alcohol to happen, for like drunkenness and shit to happen? And did he mean for like the Big Mac to be in existence? Because if I look at this guy, I would assume, what do you say, Drew? You've got the same build. What is that? 12 Big Macs a day?
Don't you condescend to me, you son of a bitch. You got the same build. That's another way of saying we got a fat bitch on our hands.
But seriously, he's sitting there.
More
He's
than
like,
a couple.
He says, some people make the argument that it's God made it, so it's meant to be smoked or whatever. Well, God did say that he put everything there for us to use. And I'm sure he's even against like hemp being grown for, rope and shit like that. This guy, go ahead.
I'm so sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Angry Pumpkin just said this guy looks like a fat version of Live Life.
When he wears it, oh my God, he does.
Dude, he does.
He totally does.
Oh my God.
Oh, I didn't even notice, man. When he wears his hat, he looks like Fat Fred Durst.
Yeah.
Like Fred
But
Durst
he's got,
plus
like, the fucking...
Oh my, he's Fat Joe. Remember, Fat Joe, the rapper? Somebody screen cap this and put the link up, and then like bomb that link on all of his videos and the Skeptic Fence videos. Do that for me. Make it, put it up on a link, and then put the link in the chat so everyone can take it and send it to Joe or leave it in comments and shit. Let's Fat Joe. That's fucking awesome. That is so
Pumpkin.
awesome.
I'm sorry, TJ. Go ahead.
It's what Joe would look like if they legalized weed in New Jersey. But he's using that argument like, oh well, people say God put it there for us to use. Well, obviously people want to use it, and if you're gonna come at them with the like God doesn't want you to do that argument, which is what I'm sure you're gonna fucking say, then why would he put it here for us to use? And that's why they make that argument. And I like how you cock one eye and try and make it sound like stoners just have stupid arguments, but they totally blow your arguments out of the water. God said so ain't much of a fucking argument.
No.
Now, if you want my opinion, I'll just tell you this. Marijuana may get you high, but I need you to know tonight that Jesus can get you higher. He is the most high. He is the highest of highs. He's better than any drug. He's better than any high. Look, he's the best thing that will ever happen to you. So maybe you've tried marijuana. Well, I encourage you to give Jesus a try.
I just got to say, as an individual who no longer partakes in getting high on Jesus or marijuana was much better.
Thank you.
Better.
And I also have done both. And I'll tell you what, it may cost about the same depending on how much you tithe to your fucking church, and it will make you a hell of a lot more relaxed. You won't be worried about all this bullshit, and maybe you could sit on your ass and think introspectively and deeply about these issues and come to some conclusions that, maybe listening to fat fucks like this is not the way to go. Not that him being fat has anything to do with it, but maybe, okay, how to put it, I think he's got fat on the brain. How's that?
I'll put it this way: both Jesus and marijuana will cost you. Marijuana will cost you in money. Jesus will cost you in common sense. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. All right. Enough fuckface. God.
Oh, we were already saying bye to Fat Joe.
Yeah, Fat Joe's got to go. It wasn't him. He I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. Was that Fat Joe or was that?
I don't listen to enough. No. That was B.I.G.
No.
I thought it was.
No, it was either Fat Joe or
rap.
some other fat rapper guy. There was. Sorry, didn't mean to make you. All right, shall we move on?
Sure.
It was Big Pun. Yes, thank you. Okay. I ain't a player, I just crush a lot. And in the video, he's like a 500-pound dude riding this tiny like Vespa. It's pretty like whoever produced that video knew what it looked like. Yeah, oh yeah. You look it up on YouTube if you want.
Oh my god. Nothing's quite as gangster as a Vespa.
Telling you. All right, let's see. Here's a fun one to truly start with, not with all the bullshit, and something we can actually discuss.
Well, is there a war on success? Big question there. Everybody wants to earn lots of money, but sometimes there's a fallout for the people who make it to the top. Our next guest was criticized for buying an amazing new multi-million-dollar home, even though he paid for it in cash and still lives debt-free. So why do some people...
I love how she points out right away that if you buy a multi-million-dollar home and pay for it in cash, people shouldn't be upset with you. It's a preacher. He's or whatever he does, religious fucking dude. and he bought a house, a really nice multi-million-dollar house in cash, and she threw that out there as if, like, even though he bought it in cash, they're still upset. Did you catch that?
It was cutting in and out.
All right, watch one more time.
Make it to the top. Our next guest was criticized for buying an amazing new multi-million-dollar home, even though he paid for it in cash and still lives debt-free. So why do some people think that being wealthy is just wrong? Dave Ramsey is the best-selling author of The Legacy Journey, and he joins us now from Nashville. Dave, good morning to you. So did you expect that people were just going to come after you for just working hard toward a home and paying it with cash?
If his job, by the way, is just to sell religious bullshit and say God is telling me this and he's telling me to tell you to do that and blah 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 and write stupid fucking books, and then he gets millions of dollars from that, and this godly Jesus-like man then goes and takes that money and pays cash for a multi-million-dollar home, not a church. It's not like he spent the money on a fucking church to spread the word or whatever. Spent it on his own home and paid cash. Cash money for a fucking multi-million-dollar home. And listen to this smug motherfucker.
Well, yes. We have a war on success going on in America.
Yeah.
You know, the left fringe has a real agenda, and the agenda is to give the government more power and the government more control. And in order to do that, they're spreading three really huge myths out there: that wealth is evil, that the little man is trapped and can't get ahead, and of course they're continuing to spread this wealth inequality message, which is also, got a faulty logic to it, because
What is the faulty logic?
Yeah, well, not only that, but you've got Republicans, like, within the past couple days using the wealth inequality argument against the Democrats now. They're saying, no, we want more equality with the wealth and da-da-da. Like, they just flip their arguments as quick as they can because they know their base is too dumb to remember or is willing to just change their minds that easily as long as the right people tell them to change their minds.
if you work harder,
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Should make more.
Yeah.
The people who work harder should make more, with that smug fucking look on his face. Pay attention to that. You think this guy works harder than me or you, Drew?
That's a good screen cap.
You think me or you, he works harder than us? You think this smug fucker sitting there getting paid to write books and shit works harder than we do?
Probably not. I'd say I don't know. Have you heard of this guy before?
Do you think he works hard enough to deserve a multi-million-dollar home paid for in cash? He works that much harder than us, where we pay mortgages or rent for our measly whatever habitat or whatever you want to call it, your house, your apartment, whatever. He apparently works so much harder that when he takes millions of dollars and spends it on cash money on a fucking house, it's just a war on success when people say, hey, wait a second, I thought you were all godly and shit. Why shouldn't you be doing something for others with that money? Why do you really need a multi-million-dollar house, and do you really need to pay for it in cash outright? Like, there's some shady shit going on with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And you have lived in this house, I understand, for a couple of years, but social media just right now catching up to it. I read, and you saw it on Twitter or whatever, and you wanted to get involved. Somebody suggested, question whether or not you can be a witness for Christ when you have a lot of money.
Calling you a hypocrite, really.
It is. There's a toxic version of the left gotten involved in Christianity as well, and it's this idea that that Christians can't own anything or can't manage anything, and
it's not that, you motherfucker. It's that Christians shouldn't be greedy Republican conservatives who don't want to help their fellow man and want to hold them down or whatever, and then call themselves Jesus-like. That's the fucking point. Obviously, it's not that you think Jesus would be a Republican or a Democrat? Like, if he only had the choice between the two, I'm sure as fuck I'm gonna go with Democrat or liberal conservative. He's gonna go liberal. Jesus was a liberal, and they fucking love Jesus but hate liberals. It makes no fucking sense. It's like,
Jesus, the same guy who said, "Sell everything you have and give it to the poor, and then you can follow me."
Yeah.
Or this is the guy, yeah.
Yeah, or I don't know if it was Jesus, but getting through the eye of the needle.
Yeah, this
camel.
It's
through
easier
the eye of the needle.
for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for the rich man to get to heaven.
Yeah, but I'm super rich and Jesus loves me, and then it's the left's version of Christianity, which is wrong because I got lots of money.
Technically don't own anything, those of us that are Christ followers. We technically manage it for God and for his glory. But the
now he's saying he doesn't own anything, he manages it for God.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. That's what you call spin.
Yeah. It's like, look, I got all that money, but it's really God's money. So when I spend it, if I spend it on hookers, it's because God wanted me to spend it on hookers. If I spend it on $1 million house, Jesus was like, hey, man, why don't you buy yourself a big fat pad, man? You've been real cool. Here's a few $1 million. Pay for it in cash. Don't leave no paper trail.
Yeah, this is just what I refer to as Republican Jesus.
idea that someone can have a nice home that's a small percentage of their net worth and still do things for the poor and still do things for the folks that are struggling and still have a quality walk with Christ. It's an absurdity, and it's actually a form of heresy.
And by the way, Moses was rich, I believe. I haven't seen his account, but that's according to reports for people that were there. And he was a pretty popular guy that we look up to. Now let's talk about inheritance.
What the fuck? Moses was rich, and according to accounts of people who were there, Drew, according to the people who were there, they were like, yo, it was easy to part the Red Sea because Moses was like, yo, God, how much this shit gonna cost? He's like, I got bills, yo, or shekels or silver or whatever it is the fuck we use back now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if Moses did get rich, it was probably because he slaughtered everyone in his neighboring towns and took all of their shit. If he might have very well had, we didn't even know that Moses existed.
He charged people a piece of silver to look at the burning bush, and then he stole their shoes when they took them off.
Total rip off things. Like he has the bush over there. And he's like, it's going to cost you about $20. Get in there, kid.
I'm telling you, and you got to take your shoes off. And then they come back and they're like, the burning bush was awesome, but where are my shoes? All right.
We're talking about that today, one of our other stories. But when you inherit money, should you feel guilty about it? Should you be giving 50% of it up?
No, you shouldn't, because again, that goes back to this wealth is evil message. Wealth's not evil. Wealth doesn't have morals. It's not good. It's not bad. What you do with it is what counts.
And when you buy yourself $1 million homes, we're going to say that counts as looking like you're a schemy douchebag that just wants to make a shitload of money off religion and gullible people. And when we call you out on that, instead of using that money to, take $500,000 and buy yourself a real nice house, but then you got $1 million+ to give to charity or build homes for other needy people. So that he's proving our fucking point, but saying it's the left that makes shitty arguments.
And so when you inherit it, what you inherit is not the money. You inherit the responsibility to handle the money.
Oh my God. So people like Paris Hilton, I guess, shouldn't get inheritance because they're not responsible with the money. I'm sure he'd be against that too. And he, in fact, wants them to spend rich people to pay less in taxes. Is that being responsible, helping your fellow man by not paying a higher percentage of taxes when you don't need that much more money than the next guy?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the whole problem with this idea. Like the left has this, what do they call it, a war on success or whatever. No one's saying that wealth is necessarily bad. We're just saying, hey, maybe instead of 1% of the nation owning fucking 40% of it, maybe we make it to where hey, maybe they pay a little more in taxes to help out. For some of us don't have that. We can't afford that.
You would think that someone that's pro Jesus would be for not for regressive taxes. They would want regressive taxes to go easy on the poor and take more from the rich, because that's pretty much the way the Bible goes. I mean, I'm sure you can find verses that support anything, but from what I've fucking read of the Bible, and I've read it cover to cover, and from what I've understood of it, they're not exactly pro-rich motherfuckers. Bad shit happens to a lot of rich people in the fucking Bible.
Jesus definitely wasn't pro-rich.
And then they have the nerve to go say, oh, Jesus has blessed me with this shit and all that. All right, one more minute of this, and then we're done.
For the good of your family and for the good of society and the good of the culture.
What about the idea, there's some Democrats out there, and this is tied to the death tax here, that they want to drug test those that would stand to inherit their parents' money?
Oh, I'm interested in this.
Yeah, there's a whole movement within the wealth inequality thing that destroys a person's life's work. You work your whole life, you build an estate to change your family tree, and then wealth is evil, and the only people that are allowed to manage it is the government, so we must take it away from the very people who earned it. And it's a politicized...
Wait a minute. These are the same people that support drug testing welfare recipients.
Exactly.
These are those same people, and they think that's a perfectly good idea, but when it comes to inheritance, they're like, whoa, wait a minute. Now we're prying. We shouldn't pry.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Well, and they're saying, look, and I disagree with both. You know, I don't think you should get drug tested to inherit money, but at a certain point, do you know that when they talk about an inheritance tax, do you know where that starts at?
No, I have no idea.
I believe it's $1 million. I believe that you start getting taxed, an inheritance tax or a death tax or whatever they want to call it, after $1 million. It's some really high number. You get hundreds of thousands of dollars tax-free before you start getting taxed. Wow. So they're really only talking about the ultra-rich getting taxed to leave the money to their kids.
Taxing the rich is socialism, TJ.
Yeah, Jesus was against taxing the rich, and he loved the rich, and he was like, oh, hey, rich man, let me fucking bathe your feet. Jesus. Almost over.
Sized thing, but the problem with it is it's a broken philosophy, and we're teaching people that success is bad. And now we've got 19% of the males under 30 living in their mommy's basement.
Right.
Because success is bad.
Dave, is it...
He directly was pointing that at me and you, TJ, because we both live in our mom's basement.
Obviously. And the ironic thing is, basements here in Florida are extremely expensive because, you know, water. So you can't really, like, have a basement. A basement costs like $100,000. It costs more than a swimming pool.
Y'all have basements in Florida? You
have to pay a shitload because it requires, like, you know, getting all the sealing it, not letting the water in, and it can't be a very deep basement either. They definitely have them up in the Panhandle, not so much the further south you get. All right, enough of this douchebag. Can't take any more of his insanity.
Fuck off, douchebag.
Douchebag.
Dave Ramsey.
Fucking douchebag. All right, how about a Thug Life?
Yeah, let's do that, man. I need a beer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's do that, man.
You know what I really
want is a goddamn Thug Life. Everybody loves a Thug Life. Enjoy.
Knock, knock, who's there? Well, it's the gang, it's the A-Stuff. The gangster who? Yo, it's your brother, gangster Dre stuff. Open up the door so I can flow and let them know that me and BG Knock is good to go to make the dough. That's my little brother, that's my dog, that's my nigga.
Burning behind me is 8.5 tons of heroin, opium, hashish, and other narcotics. Burning behind me.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg.
When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to get at you, park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. And if a get an attitude, pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. I got the rollie on my arm and I'm pouring Sean down and I'm full of best cause I got it going on. I'm a nice dude. What's a nice?
I asked the Prime Minister, if you are so confident about your view of fight back, why won't you call an early election? Because, mate. Because.
Order.
The answer is, mate, because I want to do you slowly.
It's the one and only Digo Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the D.R.E.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new hood. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new shit. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do shit, cause they know that's the reason they gon'
Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way.
Who you trying to get crazy with, see? Don't you know I'm loco?
the one on the flamboyant temper, just toss that.
More exhibit it. E-dub.
Call it what you wanna call it. I'm a fucking alcoholic.
I can't believe today was a good day.
Fuck what you heard. It's what you hearing. It's what you hearing. Listen. It's what you hearing. Listen. It's what you hearing. Listen. X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop out and stainless steel. Go hard, getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart that I make the motherfucker one day.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right.
On time.
It's tricky.
Here we go. It's tricky to rock around, to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. It's tricky, 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 tricky. It's tricky to rock around, to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky.
Tricky, tricky. Is it? What is it when you rock a rhyme that's right on time?
It's tricky.
I was unsure about that. Yay, thug life. All right, so we continue with the
insanity.
The insanity. Oh, I have so many fun ones. Okay, let's do this.
Thank you, our newest patron.
Oh,
Thank you
we have
for
another
that
patron.
$1 donation.
That $1, awesome. It takes $5 to get access to the exclusive show, which we are doing next month, so long as our patronage goes through. And you get exclusive to our exclusive show and random awesome gifts, including things like this T-shirt I have over here, which says, "I did not mean to offend you. That was just a bonus." And shit like that would just go out randomly to our fucking patrons. It'll be awesome.
And yes, as Dark Matter says, our exclusive show is done in the nude.
Absolutely. That's what you're paying for, right? We've already ordered the portable stripper poles. We had to get the extra heavy duty and a few sandbags for Drew's.
Mine's made out of titanium, so I don't bend it.
That could be taken out of context. Okay. Here's a fun one. When Republicans like drive their base crazy, this is kind of the result.
Mr. Santorum, thank you for being here. I'm Virginia Ellisor, a retired school teacher, lifelong political activist, and lifelong resident of South Carolina. I'll ask you the same question I asked Senator Cruz, and I'll preface it by saying Michelle Bachmann, I think it was King, said that Boehner made a deal. My question is on defending this country. Thank you for what you do for national security. I'm concerned about sealing these borders and protecting the United States. I've fought that battle all my life.
Thank you.
And I'm losing, and it's because I'm not getting help from my Congress. And anyway, Michelle Bachmann and King, in an interview on one of the stations, said that Boehner made a deal with Obama back in September to be on board with his executive amnesty. The American people put the Republicans back in office in the House and the Senate, and the two things we asked y'all to do were shut down Obama's executive amnesty and shut down Obamacare. And you didn't. You let us down on both issues. Why is the Congress rolling over and letting this communist dictator destroy my country? Y'all know what he is, and I know what he is. I want him out of the White House. He's not a citizen. He could have been removed a long time ago. Larry Clayman's the one that got the judge to say that the executive amnesty is illegal. Everything he does is illegal. He's trying to destroy the United States. The Congress knows this.
Dude, look at how uncomfortable Santorum is. It is fucking priceless.
Dude, he looks like that news reporter from the last show.
Yeah,
that crazy lady.
With the you got a crazy lady that you can't get away from. You're stuck right there. It's your job to be right there. That's his job.
When the conversation is between you and Rick Santorum, and you're the crazy person.
Oh my God, the communist Muslim dictator King Hussein, Kenya. Let's hear Santorum's response. She's not quite done yet.
What kind of games is the Congress of the United States playing with the citizens of the United States? Y'all need to work for us, not for the lobbyists that pay your salaries. Amen. Get on board, but let's stop all this and save America. You know, what's going on, Senator Santorum? Where do we go from here? Ted told me I've got to wait now until the next election. I don't think the country will be around for the next election.
And why? Why isn't the country going to be around next election? She's going to let you know why.
Obama tried to blow up a nuke in Charleston a few months ago, and the three admirals and generals, he has totally destroyed our military. He's fired all the generals and all the admirals that said they wouldn't fire on the American people if you asked them to do so, if he wanted to take the guns away from them. This man is a communist dictator. We need him out of that White House now.
So he's gonna fucking nuke Charleston. And he fired all the generals that wouldn't do it. Like, what? This is Alex Jones shit.
Yes, I know.
Look at poor... I've never felt bad for Rick Santorum a day in my life. I kind of feel bad for him right now. He's like, right now, what's going through his head? It's got to be something like, you reap what you sow.
Yeah, he's probably like, what have we done? Like, they've created this monster.
Yes.
Man.
It's alive. It's alive. Oh my God.
Jesus. I mean, that is like, dude, she needs to breathe, man. It is like straight fucking derp.
Oh, yeah. It's what I would call an unhealthy amount of derp. Here we go.
And the Congress of the United States is the only one. We've lost our Congress. We've lost our executive.
Ma'am,
And they cut her mic.
Santorum the whole time is just kind of, he looks up and then he just looks back down like, oh my God.
He's giving finger signals behind the podium like a catcher in baseball. Like, but he's doing it down here by his dick. He's like, cut the mic. This is going to go viral.
I would ask you please to allow the senator to answer the question.
I got your question.
You've made.
What, do you know what the question was? What was the question, Drew?
Did she even have a question?
That was Rick Santorum just said, I got you. I got your question. I got it. So I don't even know what the fucking question and that all that mumbo jumbo was, but let's see what Rick Santorum's answer is.
Made the question clear. Please let him answer.
Okay, okay. First off, I take somewhat offensive referring it to you because I'm not a sitting member of the Senate, so I'm not taking blame for any of that stuff, right? I mean, but I will tell you this. You've hit on one point that I absolutely agree. This is a complete lack of leadership. The bottom line is that and I can tell you when President Obama issued that executive order, I don't care what the executive order was about. When he issued an executive order or executive action that said that he's not only not going to enforce the law, but he is going to actively change that law and make new law and be able to act and force the agencies to act and
Yeah, he doesn't even know.
Yeah.
He's trying to do he's trying to fill like a narrative to like make up for the shit that just came out of that lady's
This is
mouth.
fucking Sarah Palin-esque, is what this is. And he's like, you see what he does? He doesn't want to follow the law, so he ignore the law, and then he make a new law, and then force the people to follow the law, so that the law he's the breaking the law.
I want to hear more about the nukes in Charlestown.
Oh, you think he's going to address that shit?
pursuant to that law, he did something that, as you mentioned, the word tyrant comes to mind.
So he is agreeing that Obama is a tyrant.
Yeah, but that's it. I really wanted to hear everything else.
Oh, it goes on for like another 3 minutes, bro. Do you really want to devote that much time to Rick
No,
Santorum?
because I know he's not going to address any of like the nutbag shit that the lady said.
He's basically just like, I agree with you that Obama is a tyrant, and that's as far as I'm willing to go, because I'm stupid enough to think I could run for president again. All right, done.
That was great though. I can't believe I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, I got loads of them. Let's do one more, and then we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with a couple of videos and then our interview. And then we'll bring in Monkey Fudge as our
Monkey Fudge
special guest. I might
You
have
out
to,
there, Monkey Fudge?
I might have to do a little bit of redoing with the screen here, but whatever. You guys just have to deal with it. So in the meantime, how about... I don't think we watched this. Let me know if we did.
Do you support the proposal for all US Muslims to carry a special ID card?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they should.
I think they should.
Why?
So if they come over here with a weapon or something, that way we know who they are.
After 9/11, unfortunately, things like that have to be, you know.
Yeah, we covered this last week. All right. That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
figured.
we did, but it's still really good.
Yeah, it's timeless, but I want to give new material here. How about...
Need to put a chip in them.
Oh yeah. Here's here's some fun stuff. All right, starts off with this guy here. Oh no, you know what? I'm gonna save it till after the break. It runs all along with like a shitload of other videos. How about just this one before the break?
There is persecution afoot. It's abroad. We know about that. You've heard about some of that. But it's also here. And I want to speak about one part of it quickly. Homosexual marriage is bringing about the tip of the spear of the battle that we're going to face. There are wives, your sisters, your children, who now are going to be forced to go into public restrooms and share them with men dressed like women. This is an epidemic proportion in gyms, in schools. In Massachusetts, where homosexual marriage has been legal for 10 years, the stories would make the hair stand up on the back of your neck. And ladies and gentlemen, the Supreme Court will make a decision on whether homosexual marriage will be the law of the land in April. And if they do, every single person in this room is going to be forced to make a choice. And I'm just telling you, even if you don't want to engage in this battle, you will. And your people will. And you'd better stand. I would recommend that you stop playing it safe. You know, the Bible says if you can't keep up with men, how will you run with horses? You must prepare for martyrdom.
That's yeah, that's prepare for Christian American martyrdom if they allow gay people to get married federally.
And what was the connection between letting transgenders use the bathrooms?
They just tie it all together. It's basically
it's the same shit.
It's basically gay rights that they're against. They're basically like, fuck these people. They're like, we could still hate atheists, right? We're not allowed to hate the niggers no more. We can still hate atheists and homos and them people, them queers. Yeah. And the Bible says it's okay. The Bible says. Get the fuck out of here. This is Sandy Rios. I watched a fucking I made a video on a Fox News clip where she was the guest and was talking about banning a Lady Gaga music video, the one that looks like the Kill Bill or whatever.
Oh, I think I remember that video of yours.
Yeah. Well, she that's the same woman, Sandy Rios. She's like, my children. Think about the children. She's just nutty, like that. God, can't stand people like this. She's complete nut bar, and I really wish we'd stop giving people like that a fucking microphone and an audience. So I have a little lineup of videos for us to go back to back because it's important that they go back to back.
Wunderbar.
Okay, so it starts off with this.
This lady lost her membership because she took a stand and said there should not be men in the women's shower room.
And for that, they canceled her membership.
Absolutely.
This Planet Fitness we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Planet Fitness. Learn it, live it, love it.
But, so Planet Fitness is basically, they're putting women and girls in danger of sexual assault and sexual violence. But, Brian, the attacks on women is something that Planet Fitness knows all too much about. This is not the first instance. Last year, in 2014, Planet Fitness experienced at least 3 issues dealing with sexual assault inside their stores.
Okay, so apparently it's an epidemic because they had 3. You know how many Planet Fitnesses there are?
I've never even heard of Planet Fitness. I guess we don't have them here.
Okay, well, there's a shitload. We have them here. There's a fuckload of those things. They're gyms.
It's like the Walmart of fitness.
They're all over the fucking place. And he's like, because they have 3 instances, apparently, of sexual something towards women, then it's an epidemic. And that somehow shows that they shouldn't let transgendered people use the bathroom they feel more comfortable in. And I understand it's a gym, so they have like showers and shit, but I'm pretty sure that it's not like the gym showers you had in high school. Like it's separate fucking stalls and stuff. It's anyway.
One woman is suing the store for sexual assault and sexual harassment by the manager. When you've got that kind of policy, what kind of morals does the company have?
So one manager did something, so now the whole company has bad policy. Got it?
Last July, a man was charged with sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl inside a Planet Fitness. And then another employee was fired last year for putting up hidden cameras in the ladies' shower room.
Okay. So apparently if your employees do anything stupid or bad, then the entire company is, I guess, responsible? Because it's not like they train their employees to do that. You understand that, right? Drew?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. It's cutting a little bit. Yeah. What my thing is, I'm not getting the connection between any of these cases and transgender people. Does he get into that later, or
no? It's just that pointing out it's a bad company, bad Planet Fitness.
Bad things have happened here before. That for that reason, we can't let transgender people use the
yoga is Satan. Satan is yoga.
Now, Brian, that just tells me if this guy, he gets fired for putting hidden cameras in the shower room.
Okay, so first of all, they had such bad policy, they fired all these people. So apparently their policy is not in support of this shit, right?
All he had to do was go to the manager and say, I feel like a female today. He wouldn't need a camera.
Right,
he could just walk in.
Yeah.
So
that's if he wanted to plant the camera, he could say, I'm a female today, and then he could go in there when nobody else was in there, plant the cameras. Nobody would suspect a thing because he has a right to be in there.
Exactly.
Does he not realize that you're like men are not allowed to plant cameras? Like, you got a problem with gay people, right? But gay guys would still be allowed in the men's bathroom with straight guys, and they could plant cameras too, right? And then I guess no one would suspect it, according to Brian Fisher. He's got it all figured the fuck out. He's like, what you do is you walk up to the manager and you're like, I feel like a woman today. And then you sneak in the woman's bathroom and put up a bunch of cameras. And then it's okay because you said you were a woman. That makes it less of a crime, apparently. And they wouldn't fire you or revoke your membership for that because they're such evil pieces of shit. But I guess the point they're getting to here is to boycott it, right?
Yeah.
Boycott Planet fucking Fitness.
The reality that Brian Fisher must like see is just like so off the wall. Oh, there's loopholes everywhere. Yeah. You just walk up there and you're like, you know what? I feel like a woman today.
Yep.
Let me in there.
You might be able to get away with that, Drew.
Maybe.
Be like, I'm just trying here to lose some weight. My name's Bertha. Texas. I love Texas. Everything's bigger, but my waistline is huge. Okay, so let's hear another right winger. Nice. Let's hear another right winger talk about boycotting here.
Yesterday, I read a story about Elton John, who is upset at fashion designers Dolce & Gabbana. Dolce & Gabbana, like Elton John, are gay. They were a couple for a long time. They happen to have a different view on what the best family structure is. They believe that a child needs the mom and the dad, and they're opposed to artificial insemination. For simply stating that view, Elton John, who I think wrote a couple of songs about freedom, went after them and called on his army of fans and fellow celebrities to boycott them and destroy their business. Are you kidding me, man?
Okay. So when a right winger does it, all right, and they're like they're acting leftist and liberal by allowing, like, for example, the last couple companies I've worked for, they've been okay with domestic partners. Like you can include domestic partners on your insurance. Doesn't have to be married. Doesn't have to be married, male or female. That kind of shit. They would call that liberal or whatever, and for right wingers to boycott establishments like that. But then they turn around and I'm not sure if he's taking their statement out of context with Dolce & Gabbana, because it sounds kind of weird, but let's say they actually did make that statement, and Elton John was like, and now he wants to be like, they're against, I don't know, whatever form of gay rights that he's okay with, because there's different levels of gay rights. Christians will tell you that gays have all the rights in the world, and when they aren't, truly persecuted to the fullest extent, that to them is rights for gay people. But he's saying, it's one versus the other. The right wing can do it, and they can say Planet Fitness, man, don't fuck with Planet Fitness. They let people who say they feel like a woman just go in the women's bathroom and stir up a whole bunch of old people, by the way, who don't fucking ever go to Planet Fitness. You think Brian Fisher or that other motherfucker would ever step foot in one of those places? It shouldn't affect them in any way.
It's one of them homosexual hangouts where they all get together and sweat.
I'm actually sweating right now because got my curtain closed over here. I'm not getting any airflow back in the back room. Getting kind of hot. Oh, let's try and finish it here.
Really? Is this the kind of freedom that we're at? Anyone who feels the same as Dolce & Gabbana, let me ask you, are they empowered to express their view, or are they now afraid that Hollywood and progressives will come after them? The party of progress is making progress indeed, back to the dark ages. Back to the days when differing scientific views were labeled heresy and black magic.
Did that motherfucker just bring that up?
Wow.
Did Glenn Beck seriously just take this in that direction? That progressives are progressing us to the dark ages.
Yeah.
What the fuck? The whole term conservative and progressive are differing because one wants to progress forward and the other one wants to conserve the bullshit.
Yeah, and Dark Matter had mentioned in the chat here about this idea that it's somehow against freedom to boycott something that you don't agree with. That's well within freedom. That's when you hear something and you completely don't like it. For instance, you hear Hobby Lobby is being the Supreme Court ruling is that businesses can have religious beliefs now, and Hobby Lobby is not going to extend certain benefits to some of their employees, I might very well be like, okay, well, fuck these people. They're assholes.
It's the same way
Walmart,
I never pay for Chick-fil-A. If someone else has paid for it and they bring me like a sandwich or something like that, I'll eat it. Fine, I don't care, but I won't pay for it. I've gotten coupons in the mail for a free chicken sandwich, and I go right through the drive-thru, and I get a fucking free chicken sandwich, and I say thank you, and I fucking eat it, and I don't come back, I don't pay. It's not like, oh, that was so good, I'm gonna go right back again tomorrow. Like do you remember when Chick-fil-A, when it was like eating at Chick-fil-A was your showing of patriotism and anti-faggotry?
Oh yeah.
Hey, God, that's
and
the extent.
All of them are just completely packed, and it's the most awesome, like you said, patriotic thing you could possibly do is, go here and support a guy that makes chicken sandwiches because he doesn't like gay people.
Yeah.
And
isn't
actually,
that awesome?
my understanding is some of the money that was going to, for instance, Chick-fil-A was going to help like the Uganda bills and shit like that, where they're putting gays in jail for life and shit.
And I'm not sure if it was the AFA themselves, like Brian Fisher is a part of, but it was groups similar to that they were funding. And so, fuck that. You're going to contribute to that motherfucker's wealth? He's dead now, by the way, Dan Cathy.
Yeah.
Good riddance. Almost over.
As the march towards conformity continues, America gets farther and farther away from the place where those who will change the world with art and science and music, those who will bring on the next Renaissance, just might find themselves locked up in a tower and sadly never paint the next Mona Lisa.
Hyperbole, just a little bit.
My God. It looks like Glenn Beck is a painting, and the person painting him ran out of like skin tone colors, and they just used a bright fucking orange. They're like, fuck it. Look at that motherfucker. God, you're a loony son of a bitch. All right, and to continue on with this, we're going in a line here so that we can all follow the same kind of loonies here. We have this.
We were just talking about what is it like to announce you're running for president of the United States? What is that day like?
Well, I have to say yesterday was electric. I mean, the energy and passion. I mean, we had 12,000 college kids who had they were on fire. They were ready to stand up and lead a movement of courageous conservatives to turn the country around. And it was breathtaking. It was inspiring. I mean, seeing.
By the way, that was at Liberty University, Jerry Falwell's university. And the students were sent notices that if they didn't attend, they would be fined.
Yeah, I just read that, yeah.
Okay, so he's like, I was so excited to see all these energetic young people like that attended, and then they were all so excited. Like, they said you basically had to, go there or pay a fucking fine. But then again, if you're going to Liberty University, there's a good chance that you're the kind of dipshit that would love to go listen to this slimy motherfucker for a while.
That concept is like the same as like Kim Jong-un walking outside like, wow, look at all the people. They must love me. Like, yeah, no shit. You throw them in fucking camps if they don't show up, dipshit.
Well, I don't know if a fine is quite as bad as internment camps, but you get the point.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying like there's like a penalty for
these
not,
kids.
like, really?
These kids were in no way excited. Like maybe a handful of them, but if you have to force them, there's this. If you were just like, hey, Ted Cruz is going to be at the auditorium on, Wednesday night or whatever, and everyone was like, I got to get there, you'd have to like have extra seating or whatever. But if you have to threaten them to show up or be fined, there's a good chance that those students weren't going to fucking show up in the first place on their own. It's just a little bit of common sense. So anyway, we'll move on.
Their passion really gives me incredible strength. And, the very first voice I spoke to after the announcement speech was you when I was handed the phone walking off stage to go on air with you yesterday.
That's great. Nice. Now, I just want to, and I say this, for you, not for us, because this works out horribly for us. But, being our friend may not be the best thing for you.
Here we go again.
They're so persecuted. But it's so, but in this case, it's true. It's not going to help you in any way to be like, I just got off the phone with Glenn Beck and I've got everything figured out. Like, that's not going to help you in your presidential run. Remember, Glenn Beck was the one that predicted Romney with a huge fucking win and said he can't do it without Glenn Beck and the Glenn Beck fucking show and the Blaze. What a fucking joke. Oh my God.
You know what? I am very proud to dance with who brung me, and we will stand together happily.
Jesus.
Okay. Do we have more? I mean, do you have any more planned Beck presidency? I hate to spoil it, but
what?
Like videos. Do you have like any more involving? Not Beck, Cruz.
Oh, well, that was kind of the idea. Was one video led to another.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
And so,
I didn't want to spoil it.
Oh no, I've got this shit under control.
I know you do, bro. I just don't know when it's coming. You always keep me on my toes.
That's the kind of the point. I try and keep everyone on their toes. I reward the people that stick it out. I really do. So here's the next. This is Ted Cruz' first presidential run commercial.
It's a time for truth. A time to rise to the challenge, just as Americans have always done. I believe in America and her people, and I believe we can stand up and restore our promise. It's going to take a new generation of courageous conservatives to help make America great again. And I'm ready to stand with you to lead the fight.
Jesus.
A time for truth. He opened that with a fucking time for truth. Ted fucking Cruz. And by the way, you know where Ted Cruz was born?
Canada?
Yeah. And you know where his dad was born?
Fucking Cuba?
You know where his mom was born?
No, I don't know about his mom.
I believe it was
mom
Ireland.
From here, right?
I believe it was Ireland. I believe she was born in Ireland.
So like no roots.
No roots
immigrated.
whatsoever. And
Okay.
will you hear the conservatives make a peep about he's not a true American? Do you expect to hear one fucking maybe from like Donald Trump? Because Donald Trump is stupid enough.
He's that gung-ho about it, yeah. But Cruz has just had to recently renounce his Canadian citizenship.
Yeah, in order to appease the nutty right-wingers.
Which, by the way, congrats, Canada.
Yeah, you do deserve a little applause
at least a little
for that
bit
one.
of a clap.
Jesus, Canada clap as we call them down here.
Yeah. Damn, I almost forgot now what I was gonna say.
No, you did forget. If you don't, almost forgot means you remembered. 16, 12, 27, 19.
Oh, you motherfucker! Don't do that. No, it was God damn it! It was about the commercial. Oh yeah. That was it. One of all the things that were just like really, just lame about that commercial was the fact that he's running for president and he says it's going to take strong conservatives to get this country right again and stuff like that. But dude, if you're running for president, you should be trying to gather everybody up because working together is like the way you're going to make the progress, you know?
That's the whole
And
point of the commercial.
eliminated a good deal of people.
It's the whole point of the commercial he just made. Like
That's what
bringing
I'm saying.
people
He said it
together.
in the
I'm a
commercial.
populist. Yada yada yada. It's Jesus. It's absolute horseshit. Absolute horseshit. We've got one more from Ted Cruz, and then we're gonna move on to a couple videos that deal with tonight's interview, and then we'll move on to the interview. Then we'll bring in our special guest or two, and we'll go from there. So enjoy a little bit more Ted Cruz.
You and your family have been getting your health insurance through your wife's job. Her company has been Goldman Sachs. She has now left that to help you with your campaign. So where are you getting your health insurance now?
So she's taking an unpaid leave of absence from her job, and so we're transitioning. We'll be getting new health insurance, and we'll presumably do it through my job in the Senate. And so we'll be on the federal exchange like millions of others on the federal exchange.
So you will be getting Obamacare effectively.
It is one of the good things about Obamacare is that the statute provided that members of Congress would be on the exchanges without subsidies, just like millions of Americans. So there wouldn't be a double standard.
But
Okay, wait a second. So wait a second. He's ruined right there. That presidential commercial you just saw, it's over. That clip right there will turn every fucking conservative off from this guy. He's like, you know what? There was a good thing about Obamacare, and that is that I can use it. Me and my family can use it. That's the good thing about Obamacare. All right? And with no subsidies. You know why he doesn't get subsidies, by the way? Because he gets paid a shitload of fucking money. You complete asshole. The reason other people do get subsidies for health care is because they don't make a shitload of money. They don't have the extra funds to pay for their own fucking health care or even their own health insurance. Because it's fucking out of control.
This clip here means that Ted Cruz, the guy that was behind the government shutting down the government to defund Obamacare, the guy that's been part of it to repeal it about 50, maybe even 60 times now. It's like 57 the last time I heard that they've tried to repeal it. This guy is going to be getting Obamacare, and he's going to be taking advantage of it.
Him and his family.
And his entire fucking platform has been anti-Obamacare. And he's even been quoted as saying, "I want to repeal every word of Obamacare."
And what do you think his dad thinks about that? Rafael Cruz.
Rafael Cruz, the guy who fought with Castro and shit.
What do you think he feels about his son's family taking Obamacare? You think he's happy? He's probably on Medicare. So he probably
I wouldn't doubt it.
God, I hate people. I hate people. People are so stupid. They make it so frustrating to just live. It could, like, I have a feeling like someday in the future, you know, we look back at people in like the 1700s and we're like, how could they live like that? And then in the 1800s, they looked back at the people in the 1700s. How could they live like that? And we look back on it, but imagine 100 years from now with the technological advances we're making now, 100, like not the next generation after me and you, but the one after that. Imagine it's either going to go to complete shit or it's going to be totally fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, it kind of sucks that we're just missing.
They will have left this kind of shit in the past.
We're just missing like really long lifespans by a few generations, man. It really sucks. Yeah. In a couple of generations from now, man, lifespans will be so long, and we just missed out.
Well, like you said,
just at the cutoff.
Like you said, potentially, Ted Cruz is the head of the science committee for the fucking Congress, so.
It's okay, though.
We'll see.
We're going to be the building blocks. For all those people with long lives, they can hopefully be smart enough and logical enough to look back at societies like ours and say, you know, not only did they give us long life, but they put Ted Cruz in charge of the NASA fucking committees in Congress. Oh, Jesus.
That's so fucking horrible.
Ted Cruz is running for president. That they're going to look back at us and be like, those fucking idiots. They should have had 10,000-year lifespans by the time they were around, but they wasted all that time with religion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a completely other conversation we could have. But you know what bothers me the most about this is the fact that during the primaries, I'll guarantee you Ted Cruz will win at least one state.
Oh, guaranteed. I guarantee.
Even after all of this.
Oh, I know it. I don't fucking doubt it one bit. When you have people like Michelle Bachmann and Sarah Palin in politics, you think I doubt one bit that there are complete idiots all over the fucking place? Oh, no. I believe it. I believe it. There are lots of them. I interact with them all the fucking time. Like every Tuesday at about 10 o'clock, I have to talk to this complete asshole for like 4 hours straight. It's mind-numbing.
Yeah.
How you doing, Drew?
Ugh.
You're numbing my mind. You know that?
I understand, TJ.
You understand? All right. Let's finish this shit.
Senator, for right now, the irony is just kind of unbelievable that you have made your name fighting against Obamacare, and you now are going to sign up to get your insurance through that very process, Obamacare.
Listen, it was the case before Obamacare that federal employees could get health insurance through their jobs. That's not a new development. So yes, I'll get my insurance through my job like millions of other Americans. That's not a shocking...
Will you take a subsidy from your job, which is the federal government?
We will follow the text of the law. I strongly oppose the exemption that President Obama illegally put in place for members of Congress because Harry Reid and the Senate Democrats didn't want to be under the same rules as the American people.
Okay. Apparently, they made his insurance okay, and he's going to use it, but it's the Democrats' fault that he's going to have such awesome insurance to use, and he's going to openly admit that shit.
Yeah, and by the way, this whole deal about there being an exemption is bullshit. Congress does not get an exemption.
But I
This
mean,
is another
don't
one
they
that
just
was
have
the,
their
the
like
myth
full
thing
health care
when Obamacare first came out?
Don't they just have like their full
what?
health care? I think they have their full health care paid for, like outright. Congress, senators, like most politicians get fucking government fucking health care.
Yeah, well,
they just don't want everyone else to have it.
And they're right, and they were given the option. They can keep that, or they can get enrolled in Obamacare. Which, if you have it through there, I don't know why the fuck you would want to give that up, because I'm sure it's exceptional. It's pretty much like all of them have like Medicare.
Jesus.
Like they all have like a really good socialist system working for them. So.
They hate the government so much that they work for them.
Yeah, and want to lead them as president.
That's like me
and
saying
congressman.
that's like me saying I hate Chili's. Their food is terrible, so I'm going to start off as a dishwasher, work my way up to CEO of Chili's, and change the food. That's basically the idea they have here. I hate the government so much, I'm going to work my way all the way to the top, and then I'm going to change it. And the change, different. Oh, I'm for the people. Oh, shut the fuck up. Such a load of bullshit. All right, done with Ted Cruz. Can't take no more.
We'll have plenty more now that he's running for president. He'll give us plenty of material.
We're in cruise control.
Ooh. Nice. That's going to be the name of the segment from now on.
Yes,
the cruise
sir.
control.
All right, so here we are with a couple of minutes of video of featuring our interview, our interviewee, before we actually get into the interview. So please do enjoy.
You know what I hate about big government and tyranny? It's all the knuckle-dragging scum that I'd never associate with, that I'd never go water skiing with, that I'd never go camping with, that I'd never go out to the bar with, that I'd never go to a movie with, that I'd never talk to you, I'd never look at you, I don't want to be around you, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're pathetic, you're mindless, you come from scum-filled families, you're failures, and now you want to waddle around the piles of crap you are and tell me how to run my life while you siphon everything off of me, telling me how great you are. You can go straight to hell, you hear me? Good people are going to crush you. Intellectually, it's begun and you can feel it. And I hope you understand nothing on earth is going to stop it, you degenerates. And I'll tell you the great solace in all of this is, in the final equation, you know you're losers that serve the system. You know you're scum. You know you're pathetic. And you know we don't want to associate with you. And you're not invited to the party. And winners don't want to be around you. So go form your societies of pedophiles and scum, because it'll never stop the fact that you're piles of dog crap. James Dillingpole, straight ahead. I'm Alex Jones.
That the end bit just throws me for a loop every time. Oh my god. We do have a little bit of lag in Skype right now, unfortunately. I'll probably
we do.
Unfortunately, I'll have to probably after the interview end the Skype call, or maybe during the interview, and call everyone back and reset the screen caps, because we might have we definitely have Monkey Fudge coming in. We might have Dark Matter if he's not being a bitch tonight. So
quit being a bitch, Dark Matter.
Yeah, we'll get through one more minute of Alex, and then we'll get to the interview, because he's letting me know that he's almost ready.
To hell with the devil! Straight to the pit with Satan! Down with Satan in the name of Jesus Christ! Get behind me, Satan! Down with the devil! Down with the fraud! Get out of the road! Get behind me! You understand that? Get out of the road, New World Order. Get out of my mind. Get out of my free will. Get out of my way. Humanity is going interstellar. And she looked back, and they all look, and they laugh, and they go, and she rubbed her legs when she did it. The pleasure of being part of the system. Not gonna tell you that. With her red lipstick, all sexy. America's ours now. She didn't say that. She went, not gonna tell you that, and smacked her lips. And the cops, might even have been feds, they kind of got their shoulders up a little bit out there, and they were just, ugh, this is our country now. I mean, it was just, ooh. And I looked at them with, and I'm more powerful in person. Oh, we're so afraid. You might get me. I didn't know that. Oh, you think I'm like you little frickin' coward? You think I'd sell my family out like you, dirtbag? You think I'm frickin' scum like you? You think I'm a coward like you?
All right. I think Alex is ready. He said he had to make a lot of quick turns to throw off the Illuminati, but he finally showed up at the Starbucks so he could steal their Wi-Fi so they can't track him. And let me see if I can get him lined up real quick. All right, we'll be right back.
Well, all right, here he is, folks. Let's get a friendly welcome for the one and only Mr. Alex Jones.
Hey, baby, you got a nice rack.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, they are nice, Drew.
Fuck off.
Well, after weeks of begging, we finally broke down and gave in. Welcome to the goddamn podcast, Alex. What made you so desperate to come on the show?
The truth is, I love you.
Well, that's nice, buddy.
Yeah, TJ and I were actually kind of surprised you wanted on the show so bad because we've been spending a good deal of time the past couple of weeks bashing the ever-loving fuck out of you and InfoWars.
You sons of bitches!
Whoa, you're already pissed? Calm down, bro.
It is a normal response to get mad about this type of stuff.
Well, just take it easy, man. I mean, we just got going. You have a tendency to get really loud and really stupid really quick.
Yeah, we're actually fans of yours in a weird way. We had the idea of just letting you direct this interview because we know whatever you have to say is going to be entertaining.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything in particular you want to talk about, Alex?
Mainline apartments now are saying the refrigerators watch what you eat and what you do and track you for the government. And I got so much stuff here I can prove that's off the charts insane, and nobody seems to care. The White House science czar has written more than 10 textbooks calling for the extermination of the majority of the public and forced drugging of the water supply to sterilize us.
Holy shit.
I knew this was going to be gold, bro. I mean, InfoWars is so batshit.
Listen, you bastard. We're not telling people what to think. We're just telling them to unlock their minds and start paying attention to your tricks. Do you got me, boy?
Okay. Chill, bro. Just chill. Don't need you stroking out during the goddamn interview.
I'm in a really nasty mood now.
Well, let's talk about something different. Aside from the government tracking us through refrigerators, what else is bothering you?
You think people like me are pieces of crap. Believe me, I'd rather be a piece of crap than this be true. You try sleeping at night knowing this stuff.
It all sounds a bit crazy to us, man. I mean, it's extreme and it's really hard to believe.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if the government is so big and powerful, why haven't they shut you up yet?
Private intelligence arms of the National Security Council, of the White House, both parties are after me.
Well, either the government isn't competent enough to capture some lame-ass radio host who goes into the same studio every day, or maybe they see you as just being a crackpot who isn't a real threat, sort of like we do.
The Army follows me around to and from work a lot of days. I got guys in high and tight haircuts, special forces following me around. This isn't a game, people!
God damn, you sound paranoid, bro. Maybe you should just chill a bit.
I have the Army following and watching me. The Army is following me around. That they might be following me home today. I'll be like, oh, there they are behind me, and I can take 10 turns, and they're following me. I don't want the government videotaping my genitals.
Where the fuck did that come from?
All the major phone companies, all the major cable guys, all the major groups are openly announcing they're spying on you. And they openly train the plumber groups, everybody. When they're in your house without a warrant, they're spying on you.
What the fuck?
Country's gone, folks. And you, the yuppies, none of you can see it, but you will see it once it finally runs aground completely. Oh, it makes me sick.
Dude,
you're fucking insane, Alex. Nugent and Palin were batshit. Comfort was a moron, but you take the cake.
Yeah, by far the craziest bastard we've talked to yet.
I can't talk to you, man. I mean, look, when you were 2 years old, they set you in front of a television in your dirty diapers. You watch 6-8 hours of TV a day. Your brain never wired properly. And frankly, talking to you, it's an insult to humanity. Okay? I mean, and I'm sorry for you. It's painful to talk to you.
Yeah, this guy's even crazier than we thought. We should probably wrap this up.
I'll smash your teeth in, whore.
Hey, calm the fuck down, Alex. We know it's hard for you to be rational, but chill, bro.
We like to give our guests one last chance to make some sense before we end the interview, and let's see if you can outdo yourself.
I frankly don't have time for you anymore. You are un-American fake trash who go around feeling good about yourselves. You make me sick. You people are out of the pit of hell. And I pledge eternal warfare and defeat, and we are going to beat you. And humanity is going to get past you, you cancer.
Okay, that's about enough of this asshole.
Yeah.
Treason! 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 Ah! I'm sick of it!
God damn. Fuck off, Alex. Any parting words?
I'm the weirdo because I'm sitting in the tree going...
What a stupid bastard.
Yeah, we'll have to try to get Beck on next time, because if anybody could outdo it, it might be Beck.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
What? Sorry, we had to end that call. He was continuing to make a lot of monkey noises.
It sounded like, we didn't have video, we had audio. It sounded like he was flinging shit as well.
I would say he's lost his marbles, but you gotta have marbles to lose,
Yeah, totally.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break and try and set up our special guests here. How about we enjoy a nice, fresh thug life?
Yay!
Enjoy.
Shady aftermath. Gee, you nick. Damn, baby, all I need is a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Get it cracking in the club when you hit it. Drop it like it's hot.
That fool, when I got that tone, run your damn Jones. Ran and lay you up in your own home. Hunt you down, run you down, unleash the house. Here's a big fuck you dedicated from me to you. Think I got drop it? Stop, it's not true. But even if these motherfuckers won't make some moves, I'm on the bigger and better things like fuck you. Boss is stressing, caught me resting, screamed on me, thought I got taught a lesson. In that case, it's only one.
A 5-year-old girl telling me she doesn't like me, her own daddy, because I'm fat and all her friends at school make fun of me. You know, it hit me deep in my heart. So I told her to her face, fuck you and all your motherfucking friends, nigga. Give a fuck if y'all in kindergarten, I'll whoop y'all motherfucking ass. That's why Santa Claus ain't real, bitch. That's why I fucked your mama, bitch. I'll fuck up all your kids.
So who wants to bust with the never rust? Going platinum plus every time I cuss. So fuck the whole world black.
saying any of this shit, so peace out, niggas.
It's the dog's fault. For many days I didn't bring him here because I suffer when he bites me. Bite me in my vagina.
You ain't nothing. I'll come up there, probably flash my guns around a little bit. I'll go, ooh, dude, my mom's gonna kill me.
You? I'll get you, bitch.
I won't deny it, I'm a straight rider. You don't wanna fuck with me. Got the police bustin' at me, but they can't do nothing to a G.
Okay, go. Okay, you let the dog go.
Like, fuck it.
Cause I'm a nigga for life and I really don't give a fuck. I'm going for mine every time I see a fucking softie. Bump strong as coffee. A nigga like that best to back up off me, yo. Cause these are the days and the times of the real nigga.
Crazy fucking white people.
Oh shit, man. Oh, that shit is classic. That poor kid. You all right there, buddy?
Yeah,
Jesus.
sorry.
Hitting it a little too hard.
Yeah,
are you?
for real. Send me
Yeah,
some,
it's
some
not
of
just
that
I
shit.
have a hair in my throat.
Oh yeah, is it Drew? Is Drew the little something you have in your throat? So how about, since we're all here, I had this one lined up. I thought it was pretty entertaining.
All right, you guys look smart. 5 quick questions. What's your position on God?
Don't like him.
You don't like him?
She's for, I'm against.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so she praying for you. That's why you came here. Why don't you like him? What, he had a bad experience with a pastor?
No, he doesn't exist, so that's all.
Well, how can you like something that doesn't exist? This guy is funny. What's your name?
Steve.
Steve Kale. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice
What's
to
your
meet
name?
Jill.
Jill? Pleasure to meet you. All right, second question.
All right.
Jill. My name's Jill. What the fuck is that? Is she an escort
really
or
good
something?
start so far.
It looks like she's an escort.
Is God pleased with your lifestyle?
It's the same thing as asking if Santa Claus is pleased with my lifestyle.
Uh-huh.
And
I mean, people try to please Santa Claus so they can get
that's
good
true.
gifts.
That's true.
And people try and please Santa Claus, so your point is moot. What a fucking idiot. Totally skipped the point the guy's making.
I would say.
Go ahead.
You know, what was probably the deal is he wasn't expecting that. He was expecting somebody to be like, oh, yeah, I like God, you know. He was expecting one of those, but this guy kind of caught him off guard, you know.
Oh, well, this is a long...
Yeah, Thor is awesome.
Yeah, this is a long video. This is like 23 minutes, so we're not going to go through the whole thing, but it does get really good around the 2-minute mark, and we're only about 42 seconds in, so let's try and get through it.
For lunch, it's like a $15
Actually, I think most people would say they'd be pleased. Most people like my lifestyle, so I'd say
They
probably
like
yes.
it like that.
Yeah, most people want to live my life, so.
Oh, okay.
So I'd say yes, he's pleased.
All right, and
or
then,
she.
all right. Then the next question is the King James Bible God's word? You believe that this is God's
I hope
word?
not, because it's got a lot of stuff that's not true in it.
Oh, really? What's not true in it?
Well, that God created people, right, or something like that.
Oh, you believe in evolution? You're saying, as opposed to creation? Okay.
Well, and also, I'm not. I think it's something like, according to that, the Earth might only be like 5,000 years old or something.
Like
10,000. Yeah, obviously that's not true.
Well, I wouldn't say that. There's arguments on both sides.
There's no argument. It's like, is there an argument that the Earth revolves around the sun? I think there's not an argument about that.
If you look at the building, you know that there's a builder.
Oh my God.
For fuck's sake.
It's a fucking Ray Comfort fan.
Why don't they ever come up with anything new?
Because they think that's all they need. They think that, like, they stopped at that point. When people were having a back and forth, they're like, well, how do we know that God created everybody? They're like, well, if you look at a painting, it had a painter, and a building had a builder. And a car, someone built it, and that's why someone had to build human beings. And they're like, that makes total sense. And they stopped thinking about it at that point.
Don't you think it's really possible that he watched a Ray Comfort video and then decided to come out here and do this? I mean, he's on a beach. Isn't that what Ray Comfort
No.
does?
He probably bought a Ray Comfort seminar thing, like how to preach on the beach, preaching on the beaching.
Ray Comfort has a lotus of his own dark matter because he sells that kind of shit to people.
That's right.
Fuck. If Ray Comfort has a lotus, then I'm gonna give my lotus away to the next person I see.
I'm coming over. I'm on my way right now.
You're gonna own a Ray Comfort car.
That's okay. I won't even be able to fit in it. I'll have to take out the front seat so I can fucking drive it. Does it even have back seats?
You can sell it and buy 3 other cars.
Doesn't even have back seats. It doesn't even matter. Leave the front seat in. Sell it to somebody else. Warning: this car was infested by stupid. All right, it does get better.
Right. You can't say that it just evolved.
Right.
So we look at creation, we know there's a creator. So
Okay.
so that's all it's saying.
No, that could be true.
It's an argument for both.
No, I can put it this way: you could believe in a God. That is possible, but it's not possible to believe in a God under a modern religion. Because all modern religions, whether it's Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, all of those believe in a God that was created. And all those religions started, they started like 2,000 to 4,000 years ago. So all of those people have a view of life which is very simple compared to our life. We're much more smarter people now.
We're much more smarter people now.
I can't even put a sentence together.
For real, and then the tying Buddhists in, like Buddhists are not exactly like challenging you on the fucking boardwalk.
No shit, right? Like, when do you hear the Buddhist excuse me, sir, might I inquire?
Wait, I just wanted to have a quick word with you. Okay, we're done. Have a nice day. This is complete bullshit. Like I said, it does get better. We're almost to that point.
But all those religions came from a time when people weren't that smart. Scientifically, that is.
Well, 2,000 years ago, that's not too
So if you believe in a God, you have to believe in a God that created the universe, which was 13.8 billion, 14 billion years ago, whatever it is, called 13.8 billion.
See, they don't even agree.
So,
Scientists don't even agree on how.
Yeah, so approximately, let's say it's approximately 13.8 billion plus or minus a billion. That I know for sure. So if it's 13.8 billion,
were you there?
Well, let's put it this way: was I there when you were born? No.
But you can see me.
But I know that you were born anywhere from 35 to 60 years ago. I can say that with relatively certainty, and I would bet all my money on it.
Yeah.
But I never saw when you were born.
But you can see me. You can see the evidence. You see what I'm saying?
I actually can see the evidence of things that have happened over 2 million years ago.
We've never seen evidence of evolution.
What you can do, though, is you can see evidence of...
I love how the guy's like, well, you never seen evidence of evolution. All right?
I've never seen a trilobite.
I mean, you never seen it, but you have seen evidence of the God of the Bible and everything the Bible says. So you're just a denialist.
Yeah, the were you there argument is
it blows my mind.
The worst fucking argument ever.
Observational science, I hate that.
Yeah, observational versus historical science.
So,
Dark Matter did a fantastic video on that with the.
There's no
Ken
such
Ham,
thing.
Ken
No such
Spam.
thing as a fantastic dark matter video. We all know that. Let's stop pretending.
There was sperm on the ceiling in that video. Octopus. Even you could get on board with that. Jesus.
Well,
And liquid
look,
meth beer, bro.
liquid meth beer. Legalized crystal weed. I can't stop staring at her legs. She's pretty cute.
That's what skirts are made for, bro.
I'm texting her right now. Trust me, she's watching her phone. There's nothing more interesting to this girl in the world than her fucking phone right now.
Yeah, she wants nothing to do with this conversation.
Yeah, she's like, my other hooker friends are doing fun things. Hello.
Of an existence of over. Did you call them up?
They're coming right
okay.
now.
Oh, okay. You can see an existence of something that happened millions of years ago, but you only see it right now because of the way light works and the distance of travel. So if you have a telescope and you're seeing something coming at you at light speed, that thing actually happened millions of years ago.
Well, you admit that our knowledge is limited. So there's something.
Definitely.
So
That's what I'm saying.
possibility
That's what I'm saying.
that this could be true.
So God could.
All knowledge is limited.
It reminds me of the bit in Dumb and Dumber where Jim Carrey is like, is there a chance me and you can get together? And she's like, 1,000,000 to 1. And he's like, so you're saying there's a chance. That's basically the same argument this guy's making. So you're saying you can't know everything, so it could be true. What a shitty argument. What a shitty argument.
But that's not even the case, because if it's, it's basic laws of logic, basic epistemology, you don't need the right answer in order to know the wrong answer. If it's not logical, if it's a square circle, a married bachelor, you know that shit doesn't exist because it's contradictory. Same thing with versions of God.
Or like a dark matter with a middle part. It just doesn't exist.
With a what?
A middle part, where you part your hair down the center. Like that's just not going to happen for you.
No, actually, my whole head is middle part.
You see, skin part.
All the way.
I was going to say Drew. Drew has like a middle part going on.
Yeah.
Monkey Fudge. That kind of looks like a mugshot, taken in like the prison shower.
And they let you wear your shades. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I was just look when you told me I needed a still photo, I just stood in front of my door and took the first selfie I ever took in my life.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it, and we appreciate your patronage.
Absolutely.
Not a problem, man. You guys entertain the hell out of me and teach me some things too.
Oh well, I hope what we teach you is, how to tie frogs on strings and dangle them around.
No, I'm not talking from the goddamn podcast. I'm talking your normal channels.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thanks, man. That's awesome.
So at least you're admitting this podcast teaches you nothing.
Oh, well, I can't. Come on, you're putting me on the spot. I'm not saying
No,
that.
no,
I'm
no.
just-
Stay honest. Just admit that it doesn't. Hopefully,
Yeah.
this doesn't teach anyone anything.
Seriously, if
But
you're
yeah,
taking away,
if all
you're
three of you, Dark Matter, Autopsy 87, and Cocktopus, you all have great videos, and I've been watching them for I don't know how long now. So,
well,
thank you.
We're
Yeah,
happy
thanks
to
very
have you, and definitely, don't skip school or anything to watch this show. I guess is the point we're trying to make here.
I'm about to say, I'm looking at his screen cap. I'm like, I don't think this dude should be in school.
Yeah.
Even if he is, hey, you never know. Might be 30-year-old still in high school.
I wouldn't mind going back to school to become a physicist, but that's a different story.
All right, I think we need to take this podcast in a different direction. I'm getting a feeling, maybe a calling, you would say, from a higher power. So let's see where we can take this. See where we're going.
I'm gonna have to change my picture because that does look like a fucking mugshot. Oh, I can split.
All right, first things first. The chemtrails in that country are weird as shit. That is some scary shit, man. Those chemtrails are all over the place. And what is up with like the double cross thing? Is that because it looks like there's an antenna that has almost the same like shape right next to that fucking light, next to the tree. You see, there's like
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah.
pole going up with
Okay.
2 crossbars. It's the same fucking shape right next to it, and you can almost see the light, like it's going towards it. But
It's
my-
the spirit of the pole.
Well, my question is, why would this be proof? If you look at, this is a Facebook video, and if you look at the comments, the top comment is like, proof that Jesus is coming back and shit, and it's got like almost 7,000 likes.
Yeah.
You know that Dawkins had made an example that even if a giant hand reached into this out of the sky and picked him up, that's still not proof that that gigantic hand, that gigantic being, is God.
Yeah,
I mean, I
that's
would
a- that's a fair
start
point.
believing a little quicker, maybe.
Oh yeah, I would definitely be like, oh, okay, well, something obviously is up here that I'm not aware of. But this, I mean, TJ, are you thinking that this is actually not that it's Jesus, but that this is like just maybe a camera angle thing or something?
That's right. It's the Illuminati camera angle.
Okay. No, I'm saying because it looks so obviously, like photoshopped.
Yeah, it might not even be legit. I mean, the sky is pretty clear there. It would be pretty easy to throw something into that portion of the sky using. I don't know if After Effects can do that. I've never used it before, but a lot of people use it to do all kinds of special effects.
Do you
And
guys remember what was his fucking name? He used to do hardcore like troll videos. God damn it.
One God, one Jesus?
No, it was a bald, ironically, a bald guy, and he went by he
Edward Current?
Edward Current, thank you very much. And he did a video where he totally faked explosions happening. Like he did the video editing to make explosions happen in like Building 7 or the Trade Center or whatever, and
Yeah,
then
I
released the
remember that.
video, and people just took off with it. And
Yeah.
then he released a video saying, like, I pretty much just exposed all you people for using that as evidence towards your point, because I just made it the fuck up, just like anything else can be made the fuck up that easily. And that kind of goes towards this video where it could be totally photoshopped. But let's say it's real. What does that prove? And what's up with the extra fucking cross piece? Like, is that I know that's got to be some kind of symbolism, but it's not like if that wasn't there, it would be.
It is. Well, no, the top cross part. My understanding when I was looking at it is, the sign they put over Jesus' cross, King of the Jews.
Yeah, King of the Jews. Yeah.
Well, of course.
Isn't that what that's supposed to be?
So if it had another crossbeam on top of that, they'd be like, no, that's just a crow sitting on top of the crucifix. Like, you got to come up with an excuse for every fucking thing. It would be much more believable as a true cross if it didn't have that second cross piece and the fucking wooden beams there that obviously have the same kind of shape right in the same frame.
Another suspicious thing is that they had the music put in there. That means this did see editing software.
Definitely.
It's not just an upload from a phone. This was imported into editing software. They put music in. Who knows what else they
And
did.
the zoom, by the way, is
True.
very primitive.
Definitely.
The zoom on this, when they use the zoom, it's very primitive. All right, well, I'm not an atheist anymore. I don't know about you guys.
You a Scientologist now?
Mormonism all the way, bitch.
Magical underwear.
I'm voting for Romney. I don't care if he runs or not.
It looks totally like After Effect. Like when I first saw it, I was like, okay, because you see them all the time on Facebook, and it'll be like type amen if you love Jesus, and you look down and there's like 30 million fucking amens like in a row, and like if you scroll through them, you'll go through like 3,000 of them, and there'll be like one guy's like, "Are you people serious?" And then it'll be like 3,000 more amens. It's like you guys are fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And,
Dark
you know-
Matter. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, and even if it's legit, God did that. What the fuck is he doing, wasting his time throwing clouds up in the sky that look like crosses rather than doing more meaningful shit?
Yeah, like
If you-
saving
if you-
people's lives.
Yeah, I mean, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If he's actually doing it, it's a stupid thing to do.
Actually, it would make him. I think it would make God more sinister. The fact that, for instance, like across the world, like thousands of people starve to death or hacked to death with machetes or some shit, and he's
Yeah.
like, oh, here's Jesus in a cloud.
Yeah.
All right.
Got
I've
playing
got.
Magnadoodle with the fucking sky while.
Remember that? Have you guys seen the videos of the guy who thinks he can like move and shape clouds? He's like cloud.
No way.
Cloud.
I saw that. It only took 40 minutes for him to get a cloud to disappear.
It's fucking hilarious.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
not,
real?
Yeah, I'm not playing.
Yeah, it's called the rotation of the Earth.
Cloud.
You talk to a cloud for 40 minutes and it's gone, Drew. I'm serious.
Oh my god,
that's great.
Oh shit! All right, I'm gonna play another video, and then we're gonna do a bonus Thug Life.
You know, when I was a kid, we all got measles. We got mumps.
Yeah, I did too.
You got, but they didn't vaccinate. We just got immune. But what you had to do was stay in a dark room. You couldn't read for a week or two, and that was the thing. I'm sure that there's some serious consequences to measles, and perhaps vaccination is the answer. I don't think any parent should be forced by the government to vaccinate. There's so many different vaccinations, and there was a vaccination against polio. And I know the mother of a friend was contracted polio because she took
From the vaccine.
From the vaccine.
My.
So all vaccines are not benign. Yeah. But so far, this one about whooping cough and diphtheria and measles has been very effective, and I think it was a good thing to do, and so why not? But the problem is, natural immunity is a pretty good thing, and if you have some of these diseases when you're a kid, you have immunity the rest of your life. And
well, those of us who travel a lot too. I mean, you are wise to take vaccinations for various countries that you go to. But so are you saying that you think the bigger issue is that the government shouldn't be telling parents whether they have to or not?
I just think that, we've got to be careful that we fall for these nostrums. You have to put fluoride in all the water, because it'll cut down on cavities. But what does fluoride do to people? Yeah. We don't know some of the consequences. That's all I'm saying. We don't have all the knowledge we need, and we should be very careful to not to force people to do stuff that they urgently feel they shouldn't do.
Yeah, everybody, please don't take your medical advice from Pat Robertson.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I love that bit about polio. Polio, it wasn't
polio, man.
It wasn't natural immunity that got rid of polio. It was vaccines.
Jonas Salk, motherfucker. Oh my God. All right. Okay. No more. Unless I want to actually.
When we were kids, we would get gonorrhea and we just let our dicks fall off, and it was fine. I mean, we get them sewed back on. I don't know what's wrong with kids these days.
Yo, I swear for the first second I thought that was him.
I mean, it's like on par with the shit that he would say.
Everything today it's about the government forcing you to take care of your kids. I don't understand why we got to take care of our kids anymore. When I was a kid, we just took care of ourselves, and look how good I turned out.
It's like the Oregon Trail. Fuck them, they'll die.
We got all these moving pictures and the sound coming out of the speakers and the ears and the flying tubes in the sky that you can ride in, and I don't understand all this stuff that we got. Back when I was a kid, we just had a wagon and a horse. I don't know why you gotta need all this stuff nowadays.
Calm down, Pat.
Are you stroking out, bro?
I mean, if I had a stroke,
Are you smelling burned
I'd
hair?
I'd go to Obamacare and get a stroke vaccine.
Look at.
I mean, that's where everything's going now. I can have a stroke every day of the week and be fine.
I can guarantee you
puss.
that if dark matter smells burning hair, he is having a stroke. All right, fuck. Thank you, Pat. We appreciate it.
It's like a little mini interview.
Your candor is splendid, but we're gonna move on to a thug life. So thanks and enjoy this. This is Thug Life. If you don't know, Pat.
Okay.
Maybe
gumdrops.
Goody gumdrops.
See, we can't rely
Here,
on
you'll
that.
enjoy this.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Luck.
No, you're not going to straighten that.
We have to listen to something.
I hear you.
Deep down inside of us. Oh.
Now you know how strong those are.
I do.
You got a
He's
stable
not
full.
only, but he's twisted it.
And if we listen to what we have deep down inside of us.
Wow. Wow.
See,
I've seen a chick that can do it faster than him.
And yet, things may not finish as we thought they would. For sometimes the weak are capable of cunning dissimulation.
I slap that ass, bitch, take a look and see what you gotten. Cause I've been scheming and plotting to have you breathing and stopping.
What we talking about? Pussy popping, car hopping women, see 'em watching, clocking pigeons.
Some organ sausages are a little bit on the black side, are they not? You're prepared to try it, are you?
Yeah.
Well, that's always good. I like a girl who likes a black sausage. That's what I
I just wanna fuck bad bitches. All them nights I never had bitches. Now I'm all up in that ass, bitches. Mad at your boyfriend, ain't you? You's a bad girl, gotta spank you.
Park. Residents have started to complain about the amount of noise.
Don't get right in the pussy!
Nope.
Bitch, please. Get down on your motherfucking knees. We came to get the motherfucking G's. Yeah, you fucking with some real OGs. You dick tease.
Bitch, please. Now what you need to do is hand my coat and roll.
Can you whistle, Susie? No. Oh, good. I mean, that's sad if you can't whistle. But good, because I can't whistle. What's whistling, anyway? You put your lips together and blow. Like this.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Bitch that hoe might fuck me. Nah, fuck that bitch.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg.
You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.
Kijk hier. Kijk. Discussie met die ballen, jongen.
Nigga, do you know who you fucking with? Ice Cube is the lick. West Side is the flick. Can't get enough of this gangster shit.
I sleep in a racing car. Do you?
I sleep in a big bed with my wife.
So fuck your bitch and the click you claim. West Side, when we ride, come equipped with game. You claim to be.
Come on. Ha, sicker than your average. Pop a twist, cabbage off instinct. Niggas don't think shit stink. Pink gators, my Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right, if the head right, Biggie there, air night. Papa been smooth.
Tu de ce vrei să pui mâna pe mine? Nu vreau, doamnă, ce să pună mâna pe ta? Du-te că tu ai pus mâna pe mine.
Nu mă trage, fii atent.
Du-te, mă, că-ți dau o palmă de nu te. Tu de ce pui mâna de 100 de ori pe mine? De ce?
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. A real gangster ass nigga plays his cards right. A real gangster ass nigga never runs his fucking mouth, cause real gangster ass niggas don't start fights.
Hey, see?
They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty, 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 trying to catch me riding dirty. My music's so loud.
Keep the heads ringing. Keep the heads ringing.
Ring ding dong. And we still got Pat here too. Sorry about that.
Video.
I changed my thing.
I changed my
I
thing.
see that.
No, I mean, like,
Oh, okay, I see now.
Oh, you're still.
Because I was going to just wonder if I had to do the thing again.
You're still bald and stupid. No
You
worries.
still got the picture with Pat Robertson doing the lightning out of his hand?
Oh yeah, Emperor Robertson.
Emperor.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, there was a Paul Zigo video where he had his like whole hoodie up and everything, and I called him Emperor Paul Patine.
Nice.
The
Dark Matter?
side.
Where-
I've never tried to do a Palpatine.
I don't like that Disney has Star Wars now.
I don't like that Dark Matter's not wearing sunglasses anymore.
Oh yeah, where's the shades at, man?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I went back to the wrong picture.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
I just want to say we had 2 new patrons today so far.
18
Thank
and
you very
19.
much.
Let's keep it going. We need those patrons. You get special shit. Like,
Well, somebody
Jesus.
gave us a $5 pledge, so somebody is getting access to the bonus show.
The bonus show. You know, the bonus show. We're doing our first ever bonus show next month, and we still have one more show, I believe, in this month, don't we? Last day of the month, yeah, I believe.
Yeah, actually, yeah. There's 31 days this month, right?
Indeed. So we still have one more show to go, but you better get your patronage in before that, because after that, that's when we make the fucking private show available. We'll decide what day to do it on, and we'll record it and post it just with an unlisted link just for our patrons.
I haven't even heard of the Skeptic Fence show until after this show, which kind of retardedly backwards. I can't believe that on the Skeptic Fence show, the guests they get, it's insane.
Oh, yeah.
Well, y'all get, I should say. I'm sorry, you're part of the show, obviously.
Well, see, we run it a little differently here. The guests have to beg to be on our podcast.
And they do.
Hey, I didn't beg.
Yeah. So I mean that includes you, but it also includes, you know, Ted Nugent and everyone else that we've had on. You know, Alex Jones practically
Y'all
sucked my
missing
dick.
somebody. You know who y'all missing, right?
Who?
Oh my God, what the hell's her name? The blonde
Whoever
chick
they are, they're probably begging.
that
Nancy
Bill Maher's
Grace?
friends with. What the hell?
No. Oh, Ann Coulter.
Yes.
Dude,
You need
Jinx
Ann Coulter.
Poke, you owe me a Coke, bitch. And when I say Coke, I mean an 8-ball.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Thank you.
Yeah, you gotta get some of her. She is a retard.
No, I used to actually do videos on her back in the day. I had a Coulter Corner where I read from her one of her books, but it's you can still find them. They're still up on my channel, but it was way back, old school Coctopus, and I would literally just sit down and read from her book and respond to it, and it was so painful. And she's like the ultimate. She's a troll in the way that, like, she looks like it, she acts like it, she speaks like it, like everything about her just screams troll. But then, like, I'm pretty sure she's not. And even if she is, it's the right wing that pays that troll. They like her enough that they say, you represent us enough that we're gonna make you. She makes more money than any of us, I'm sure.
Did you see the
except for maybe
Boondocks
Dark Matter.
Dark Matter doesn't make any money. What are you at like now? $12 per video?
He got to be making some serious money with whatever he does.
He's
gotta
making
fucking motive.
bank, which is why you don't need to really become one of his patrons. Maybe
That is true. That is true.
Give him $1.
That I want to be the real top patron.
Well, here's to you becoming the real top patron. You go for that. I like the goals you set in your life, sir.
Look, the show's gonna be awesome, man. I'm telling you. Do it over a year. You guys are gonna be big.
We're not planning on stopping anytime soon. We have a lot of fun with this, and
I'll be out of here by next week. I'm not.
Drew turned in his 2 weeks and then said, "I'm not even going to be here for the full 2 weeks."
Yeah, but I mean, look at him.
Yeah.
He's been on the show, and somebody else saw him and picked him up. Some major network.
When Drew started this show, he had a buzz cut.
Yeah, give it 2 weeks. You're gonna see him in a centerfold.
Yeah,
in some titty mag.
I appreciate that, Dark Matter, but actually what it was I'm going to be with Daniel Craig in the new Bond movie. They needed a girl that filled in, like, you know.
You're going to be a Bond girl?
I'm going to be a Bond girl.
Auto pussy.
Sweet.
Don't spit that beer out, buddy.
You've already made me lose a little bit.
Auto pussy.
And I do appreciate you all. We all appreciate you all. Especially Dark Matter. I mean, Jesus, the rest of us could do like without the goddamn podcast, but that guy, he lives on this.
Yeah, this is all he has.
It's all he has, you know. I mean, the rest of us, when we're done with this, we run our fingers through our hair, and we say, "All right, good job," you know. And he doesn't have that.
Hey, TJ, do you know how Dark Matter runs his fingers through his hair?
I don't know, Drew. How?
I think he has holes in his pockets.
Oh, well, that totally makes sense.
Like I'm wearing anything.
He's like, pockets. You got to wear
Touché,
pants.
Dark
Got to wear pants to have pockets, sir.
That's the still image.
Oh my God. Dark Matter, have you thought any more about making that video I was telling you to make, where it's, what was it? I think I give you 60 seconds to convey a message with no.
I think you said up to 3 minutes.
Okay, up to 3 minutes.
I actually do think about that probably every day. I like it for at least a few minutes a day. I think, God, what the, how could I do that? And I
for
kinda
everyone,
rack my brain for a little bit, and then my kid says something or runs by, and then I,
you
move
gotta
on to the next
use
thing.
your everyday stuff as, the material. But for everyone that's not aware, I gave Dark Matter a challenge to make a video up to 3 minutes long, where he does not use any kind of dialogue, and it's just basically images or animation and music to convey a message, and do it in a really strong way. Because I forget what video it was that I was showing at that time, but it did that. It conveyed a strong message in under 3 minutes with no dialogue, just music, and a really strong message.
Kind of like those short animations you see before like a Pixar movie.
Yeah, exactly. I think maybe that's what it
Carl
was.
Sagan
That's
will
what.
hold you to that. You
That's
gotta
what
pay,
it
you gotta
was.
Pay Dark Matter.
That's what it was. It was the opening thing for Big Hero 6. The opening cartoon that they do that's about 3 minutes long. That's exactly what we were talking about, because I took my daughter to go see that. And
Talking about with the dog?
yeah, exactly, with the dog, and how he was like the way they did it. Yeah, he was like the center of everyone's attention. Then they had the baby, and he was like, felt all shut out. And then the baby became his best friend or whatever. Like, it was just really well done. And they did it with no, just music, just images and animation. And I thought of Dark Matter like, I bet he could do something really good like that. But he has failed me thus far. Failure. Complete fucking failure. All right, I bet I could find a couple more fun videos.
I say we should have a lot.
Yeah, well, we have plenty.
For this young man who made the complaint to Mikey Weinstein, Brian, a lot of these airmen, soldiers, Marines, when they go into the military, they're away from home for the very first time. They're young, they're alone, they're out on their own. So So it's quite obvious that this young man who complained to Mikey Weinstein, he's lonely, he's confused, but he's very angry about something inside, something that would make him complain to stop a good thing. So what we're asking is that you would today pray.
They're talking about a soldier, by the way, who complained about some like religious bullshit being forced on them.
For this young man whom we don't know, that God would open the doors for the gospel to be presented to him, and that he would come to the saving knowledge of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Nothing could be better.
You know, and you would think, Randy, that there are a lot of men on that base and women who could share the gospel with him. If all the guards are saying, have a blessed day, there's an environment there which has been friendly toward those of Christian faith. So we think certainly there will be people there who can share the message with them. Well, let's pray for.
So wait a second. The guy says, I don't want this shit, and their solution is to just give him more of that shit. That's their friendly solution. Like, he doesn't want to hear this shit, so let's just all do it to him.
And I already knew it was going to be bullshit coming out of his mouth when I saw family, American Family Association.
Oh, yeah.
There's certain words that they just fucking ruin. Family, truth.
Liberal. They use liberal like as an insult.
Progressive.
Progressive. Yeah,
Patriot.
freedom. Oh, God. Patriotism.
Yeah.
Like, not their idea. Imagine if they were patriots or parents the same way they are patriots. My child can do no wrong. I will ignore every problem or issue my child has caused, and they are the best, perfect in every way, and I will try my hardest to make sure they get into more fights and shit. Fucking ridiculous.
For him, just right now, let's have our listening audience do that together. Father, we lift up this airman. You see his heart. You see the loneliness. You see the confusion. You see the anger. You see the deceptions that he has believed about you and about life and about Christ. And we pray that you would minister to him. We pray that you would expose to him every lie that he has believed about you and about the gospel, that you'd break the power of those lies over his heart and mind. And we pray that you would open a door for someone on that base. Open a door for the word to someone on that base to speak the truth, the life-saving gospel of Jesus Christ into his life. We pray that your Holy Spirit will convict him regarding sin and righteousness and judgment and bring him to faith.
Yeah.
Speaking of truth, Dark Matter.
Yep.
Speaking of truth.
What was that? Sorry, huh?
He said, bring him the truth of Jesus Christ. So, not exactly truth as far as I'm concerned.
This is probably the first time we've actually watched a video of Brian Fisher and like some other dude praying on an open air.
Oh yeah, they love doing that kind of shit.
It's like, God, please, God, just give us what we want.
All right.
Why are they praying for this guy instead of all the other people with way worse problems?
Like real problems? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to say that guy doesn't have problems, but I mean, there's people who are in pain and are dying and or starving. You know, there's way worse things.
Yeah, or people that soldiers that have a hard time like killing other people that they don't even know or whatever. But ignore all that and pray for the guy that just has a problem because they're constantly praying at him anyway. There's the solution. Good job. All right, we're gonna do one more and then the last nerve. So here we go.
You know, a lot of people don't think about teens. It's a tragic mistake not to think about children and teenagers still being in a transformative, transitional stage in life where they can still be impacted one way or another. I think a lot of times we just ignore them and expect them to grow up on their own, and then we want to fuss with them when they're adults and not living right. Mm-hmm. So you've written a book about teenagers trying to speak what to them?
Well, what I want them to do is learn to think for themselves. We live in a culture of heavy indoctrination. Starts in preschool.
Mm-hmm.
And people trying to influence the way people think about
example.
things.
No, not only that, I'll give you an example. How about how they try and push fucking prayer and Bibles and shit into school? And they start young. You know, here's a funny thing. My mom is highly religious Catholic, and she goes to like Bible study and all this shit. And she's telling me a story about how the leader of her like prayer group or whatever, her Bible study group, often gets asked questions and she doesn't have the answer. She doesn't understand them. So she says her trick is to grab a children's Bible and read the verse as it's said through the children's Bible, and she said that really clears it up for her. And I was in shock. I you know, I'm not going to start a whole bunch of shit with my mom. I'm not that kind of guy. I've gone through that phase of trying to reason with her, and it's gone. So I just kind of just put up with it the best I can. But I was shocked when she said, like, oh, well, when they don't understand shit, they grab the children's Bible. I was like, so you grab the dumbed down version, the prettied up, the dumbed down, prettied up version for kids, and that's where you fucking get your final authority on that was giving you trouble. Ugh.
You will be given the option to shave me while TJ and I Dutch rudder each other.
You are not cutting his fucking hair.
Right on.
I've been growing my shit for 10 fucking years.
That took 10 years?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it.
Are you an albino black guy?
I'm telling you right now, that shit's a fro. I just got it slicked back for the picture.
I have a friend that looks like you. He's also in jail.
I'm not in jail. I've never been to jail.
I know that you scam old people through the jail phone lines to make this patron happen. Like,
no, I sell beer and subs.
mm-hmm. All right. You sell
All
beer?
You guys talking about hair is triggering me.
It's so triggering, this conversation.
I can't keep this hair out of my face.
Did everyone in the chat hear what Drew said about the puppy and the condom and the incident in the basement and the chains and the whip and the teddy
and how I'll never get over it?
Yeah.
Good, because I am just not going through that
For
again.
real. If I have to hear about crunchy peanut butter one more time.
Yeah, just go back to the part about the doctor's office, because that's the part that I missed when you went to get checked out.
Go ahead.
I don't want to do it.
Tell him. Tell him.
I'm not doing it again.
You know how
It'll clear up, Drew. It'll clear up. Just use some ointment.
That's right. He's still got Alpo on his asshole. All right. Ben Carson's not quite done about this indoctrination, I think.
Oh, we still have Ben Carson here.
And I want young people to learn how to listen to lots of different things, but to think for themselves and not allow themselves to be easily manipulated, because that's how great societal change occurs. You know, I think it was Stalin who said, "Give me
let him cut into your brain
for 3 years, and I will have them for life." The point being that it's relatively easy at that inflection point to indoctrinate people.
So he's saying it's Stalinist to indoctrinate children into the leftist ideology, but not to do it to the right ideology and the Christian ideology. To indoctrinate them that way is like it's the correct thing to do. It's not Stalinist at all. In fact, if the right wing does it, it's not Stalinist. It's freedom and patriotism in America. But if the left wing does it, it's Stalin and Hitler and Pol Pot and Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, there's still nothing though. It's still a black screen.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
just-
people in the chat are saying it too.
Well, whatever. The show still goes on for the recorded shit.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
This will be recorded up just fine. What is there?
In the
84
chat, you can
people
watch
here.
us on the
Over
Patreon page.
over 1,000 people are gonna watch this when I upload it. So,
Oh no.
yep. Oh yeah.
Damn it. I gotta be more careful about being my usual
I try and edit out the
genius
worst
self
of you.
rather than
I
you know,
really
I try to dumb myself way down for you
just
guys.
for this.
But yeah.
Hey, truthfully, I think we should take it in a more intellectual direction.
Oh yeah.
Well, for that,
mean-
we'd have to kick off TJ and Drew, and then
Somebody in the chat let him know that it's Vaughn, not us.
For instance, here's a topic. How about maybe about the proposed mandatory voting?
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No,
I mean,
I don't like
it would be better for Democrats, but it's still stupid.
Yeah, but a lot of people haven't heard about it.
Wait a minute. Mandatory voting for
The elections for like the president and stuff. Obama apparently President Obama announced that he thinks something on the lines of it would be a good idea for there to be mandatory voting.
That's a horrible idea.
Yeah,
exactly.
That doesn't sound.
We'd have a lot of
nothing.
uneducated voters voting. People would vote just for R or D or I.
Look, I'm all about making voting easier, and I think in this day and age, you should be able to figure out how to vote online, so you don't have to go wait in line and do a ballot and shit. They should be able to do that. If you can do your banking online and feel secure, why can't you fucking do your voting online and feel secure?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Voting machines are already computerized. That's no fucking different.
Yeah, so I don't understand why they can't make it easier, but at the same time, forcing everyone to do it mandatory, as in you get punished otherwise, is stupid. You should be able to. And if they're going to make it mandatory, you should at least include an option to vote something like no confidence or something like that. Because if you're going to have to vote for somebody, you should have the option to not vote for anybody.
I think it's still ridiculous. The idea of
wait, you guys talking over each other. Stop it. Well, I mean, one of you talk, just not both of you.
Oh, y'all breaking up.
Wonderful.
Well, it's because it's breaking up. No, I was gonna say, nothing says freedom like compulsory voting.
Yeah, well, forced democracy is not truly democracy, is it? I guess.
No, that would be more like feudalism.
I don't think they would ever go like an online voting. That gives a whole different group of people a lot of power. People like us.
Okay, you can file your taxes online, right?
Oh, that's very interesting, Dark Matter. I never even thought.
Wait
about
a second. You can file your taxes online. You can e-file your fucking taxes, right? Yeah. So if you can do that and give all that information to the government and have no issue with it,
it's not about that. I don't. It's about the actual politicians. Think about people like us. Encouraging people which way to vote, and here's a link. Go and vote this guy. I mean, that's a tremendous amount of power.
Exactly, and there'll be a lot of uneducated voting.
Okay, yeah, but at least it would certainly tear down the fucking two-party paradigm.
Yeah, they don't want that. That's exactly what they don't want.
Well, I mean, what are you talking about? The Illuminati, right? Right, Dark Matter?
No.
It's the New World Order. They.
The Democrats and the Republicans.
Yeah, the way Dark Matter was making it sound, I don't think he's necessarily saying that it is necessarily a bad thing. It's
just what they don't want.
That's a total game changer. Think about that. If people don't even have to leave the house to vote, and people that are online a lot, I mean, well, first off, I don't understand how, and I guess this would be good for our point of view. I don't understand how a conservative along the lines of anyone that the Republicans are running could ever win again if that was the case.
Yeah,
because you have a whole new crop of like the internet generation.
Yeah, I mean, Drew is right. I mean, I would be for it. I'm just saying that I don't think it would ever happen.
Yeah, I can agree there.
It's unconstitutional if you think about it. Just like you can't be forced to believe in a certain religion, you can't be forced to pick a certain person to lead the country or to do any type of governmental role.
Well,
although we're forced into buying healthcare.
Yeah, well, that's one of the differences. People say that all the time about how you have a right to vote. People say you have an obligation to vote. Well, as much as anyone's fought and died for your right to vote, They fought and died for your right to not vote. If you choose not to,
it's exactly
an
the
option.
truth. If people want to protest against the war, you are fighting the war to give them that right. You don't fight the war just for people to support the war. You fight the war to give the people the freedom to choose whether they support it or not.
Right.
We're gonna make this last nerve, and then we're gonna do our last thug life for everyone that stuck it through. Dark Matter, I think you'll appreciate this one.
And I want to just warn America about this snake in the grass called Glenn Beck. Now, again, I know the Glenn Beck followers are never going to give me the time of day. I understand that. But the thing that is important is that my prophecies or my statements or my speaking about Glenn Beck, they have all been accurate. Now what he wants to do is he wants to point out how awful the Republican Party is. Can I ask you to just simmer down for just a moment?
Simmer down now. Can you just simmer down?
You've created a paradox, TJ. How the fuck? I mean, you're forcing me to agree with this guy, and the universe is going to implode.
It's like crossing the streams in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro. You just don't do it.
Oh man, he is. Glenn Beck, I'm pretty sure he gets Ebola sprinkles in his coffee.
Semen.
He's been drinking the semen. He don't know what's right for the Republican Party. He trusts Pastor David Manning here.
I mean, have you seen how orange that man is? Ain't nobody in their right mind got any business being that orange.
Ain't no white man should be more darker than me.
How long have you heard James David Manning pointing out how awful the Republican Party is? So if he's just getting to this 8 years later, I'm 8 years ahead of him about the ills of the Republican Party.
Wait, I thought you said he was full of shit. But now you're saying you were 8 years ahead of him on his shit.
He's the Glenn Beck of the future.
Yeah, he's like, I was doing that stupid shit a long time ago.
Glenn Beck is constantly getting darker and darker. I mean, this is Glenn Beck come back in time.
I was doing this stupid shit 8 years ago, and now he making money doing this same stupid shit 8 years later. It's not fair.
It all makes sense.
I was right then, and boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka.
Wait.
Boom shakalaka.
You could come up with some sweet
Thug Lives, man. That's a Thug Life material right there. Somebody work with that. Boom shakalaka.
Yeah, you can come up with some good editing with that.
Oh man, it's classic.
And boom boom shakalaka.
What? I don't even think he's done yet.
Goes right there.
A boom boom shakalaka
if I was doing
right
this
now.
in my impersonations, everyone, you would think I was going too far with it.
Yo, no.
Boom,
you
boom, shakalaka.
Not going far enough. It sounds like the issue here.
I was right 8 years ago about the Republican Party, or at least 4 years ago I was right.
Oh, he just cut how long he's been right in half.
That sounds like something that it would seem like you were going too far, Dark Knight.
He's like, well, let me tell you, maybe it's been 2 years. You know what? Maybe it's been one.
I was right in 1846 about all this business right here. Okay, maybe it was 2014, but I was right.
Maybe it was last month, but I have been correct before. So bad.
And I'm right now about Glenn Beck. So, I mean, you can disagree all you want, and you can still worship at the altar of this Mormon crybaby if you will.
Bam! Oh, boom! Boom shakalaka.
They're dropping the bombs.
Oh, this Mormon crybaby. He redder than a starfish.
I have never seen such lunacy across America as is at present. Glenn Beck backed away from his statements about Obama being ineligible constitutionally. He backed away from his statements about Obama being a racist.
So, I guess the problem is that Glenn Beck's not crazy enough. Is that the issue he's
So
having
now
here?
I'm being forced to agree with Glenn Beck?
In the same video.
Holy fuck.
He hates Glenn Beck because Glenn Beck isn't radical enough, I guess, and points out problems in the Republican Party, which Pastor Manning also does. He's been right about that for 8 years. Maybe it's just been 4 years.
Now I got to take Glenn Beck's side. You know, thanks a lot.
Jesus.
Now backing away from all that staunch support he gave to the Republican candidates and to the Republican Party, and directed money and also gave interviews to strengthen the Republican Party. He is unstable in all his ways. And anybody who follows Glenn Beck will follow him to the Mormon section of hell. There's a special section of hell for all Mormons, those that call themselves Christians.
For all Mormons.
Wow.
There's like a whole little subdivision where they can go around knocking on each other's doors in hell.
Be down there every fucking day of the next quadrillion years. Be like, you motherfuckers been knocking on my door. Now it's time for some payback. This is part of your hell assignment.
Yeah,
Your hell
nothing better to
assignment,
do in hell,
Jesus.
right?
Lick my pussy, Bobby.